Hi guys, I am popping in because as promised, I am going to use these channels on YouTube to help you uncuff in your life, your business, and your legacy. Whether you're a corporate lady or an entrepreneur, we all have businesses, right? Yes. And most times we have more than one thing happening. So I want to help us uncuff this year so that we can do what I've been really blessed to do, and that's do the things you love. And you don't have to be stuck in a position or a job that you hate. You can enjoy your life, guys, because it's not forever. So today is going to be just to pop in and say welcome to tell you a bit more about the new look for Women Uncuffed and this or these YouTube channels. I am celebrating a huge milestone, guys. Do you know, with your help, I've been able to reach over 336,000 views and about 74 and climbing subscribers between the three channels and the videos. So I'm going to break down what each channel is focused on, why you need to follow all three, and things to look for in 2026 or this coming year. Thank you a million times. So let me reintroduce myself. I have recently had a name change. I am now Dr. Capri Smith. I am so excited to have one doctorate, two masters, a bachelor's, and finishing up that second PhD. Will you look at God? It is so fun being me right now. Oh my God, guys. Stay the path. You keep putting in your work, keep honoring who you are, following those Women Uncuffed principles, which I'll revisit today. And I promise you, the rewards show up. It is such a wonderful time to be alive. Okay. So today we're going to talk about those 10 ways to help you uncuff in 2026. The first is to uncuff the good girl trap. It is a trap, it's a setup. It's a way for you to feel like you have to always be nice and agreeable. You have to be everyone's doormat, and that's going to make them feel better, but it's going to make you feel not good. You're not even going to make money from it. You're not going to have peace. You're not going to be the leader you are supposed to be. So I invite you to not fall into the trap of being nice, because then you just become nice nasty, and this is not as hidden as you think. Is really transparent. People can see through it. So one thing that I love to promote is being your authentic self. One of the core principles of Women Uncuffed is to honor your uniqueness, and that just means honor exactly who you are. And it doesn't mean you don't do the self-growth and put in the work. It just means that you have to start somewhere. You have to acknowledge the good and the bad about yourself, work on the bad, the things need to be improved, but also honor who you are. Stop trying to be someone else. The second is the soft life equals a small life, means that you don't have to be everywhere every time. Every invitation does not merit a yes. They don't need to be around people. If you're like me, you love women, you love people, you love to be around people. Like, I'm really extroverted, but if you really knew me, you would know I'm a bit more introverted than I'm probably willing to admit. And that's because I get really interested in if people are having a good day, if they're doing well, if they could be doing better, if they're reaching their highest potential. I won't say I'm a know-it-all. Some people that know me might say that, but I like to see everyone win in their best capacity. So to live this soft life, and what I mean by soft life, small life, is that you have to be ambitious without apology, rest without guilt, and be careful in how hard you attempt to come across in protection of your own sanity. Because being a burnout or being burnt out in your endeavors, just it leads to you being burnt out. No one's really going to care. You might shorten your lifespan, and is not a badge of honor. So stop sacrificing your sanity for others. It's okay to help others, but don't go so far on the limb that you forget to come back. And you're burning out. Don't do it. I have been there and have done that. The next, in number 3, is uncuffing from survival mode. You're not behind. You are pushing yourself, you're giving yourself a lot of undue stress. And I want you to stop doing that, ladies, especially the overachievers, the high achievers. I want us to be a little more intentional and resourceful, calm and appreciative, be present in the moments as they unfold. I want us to get used to not needing a checked box or a new merit badge to feel like we've accomplished something. It isn't necessary. The next is the audacity gap. What does that mean? Well, stop over preparing for every little thing. Be confident in where you are in life right now. Be confident in your abilities and your skills. Master a few things at one time. You don't have to do everything all at one time. And you don't have to be as visible. Have the audacity to be chill and not be seen. You can wait, and in that waiting season, you could be preparing and getting ready. So the audacity gap speaks to you are okay with stepping back. This is a wonderful topic. Actually, it's a full session. I might have to come back and do another episode where we're discussing how to step back, but still reap the benefits of your presence and still help others benefit, help the community you're supposed to help, which is the second principle of Women Uncuffed, and that is serve your community. Your community, like mine's, could change. Mine's was first the teen. I needed the hero that I need to be the hero. I was being the hero to people that I needed from people. And I didn't come from the best upbringing, very humble beginnings, a lot of dysfunction in the home when you're raised in a home that is volatile, has a lot of dysfunction in it. So I had to learn a lot of lessons on my own. And so I had to identify my community. That community has now grown from children to women just like me, women that are accomplished on many levels, and then they understand it is enough. They are enough, honey. They have done the self-work, which incidentally happens to be the third principle of Women Uncuffed. You got to do the self-work, guys. You got to do the self-work. So you got to honor who you are, honor your uniqueness. You have to serve your community, identify your tribe, and be willing to understand that it could change. You have to do the self-work. You have to do the self-work. And if that means getting outside sources, then do it. Stop putting things in front of you that you aren't qualified to handle. Do the self-work, guys. It's going to be so worth it. Trust me. Write your book, write your story. It's cathartic. Get a friend, get a tribe, join a book club. Do what you need to do the self-work to be the best version of you before you leave here, because we're not going to have 100 years like we think. We tend to think that, right? And we don't. So from being overqualified to overlooked, that is number 5 of 10 today. So that's the thing, like your degrees. I recently became a doctor. I'm so excited. Your degrees, your skills, your experiences. It doesn't mean that you're going to perform at your optimal level. It doesn't mean that others are going to respect your resume and your reputation. As long as you get it, that's fine. You have to show people your value through service of them. This is where you have to identify what your real expertise is. Like, I was the uncuffed living expert before I was a doctor. And I knew that because of the life lessons that I took to be valuable, the things I let go and release, and the people that I helped. So when you do those things, you don't have to worry so much about what those degrees and qualifications say about you, because you are going to be enough, and you're going to show up, and people are going to see, whether you have a PhD behind you or not, that you have a lot of value. Trust me, you will. And number 6 is healing is not passive. And healing is like a word that some communities tend to run from. The overachieving, overqualified woman tends to think that healing is not for her and that she has to help everyone before she can heal. But the reality is that you do need a strategy for your healing. And once you've identified your strategy, for me, it was like the number 4 principle, and that is to serve God and let God use you. Once you understand that it's not about you, it's bigger than you, that you have a good prayer life, you have a good, strong foundational relationship with God, and for me, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, it enables you to get those boundaries straight. It enables you to stay away from things you don't need to be a part of, and to do more of what you do need to be a part of. For me, like, I love, you see my Mary Kay in the background. I love Mary Kay because I get to meet other amazing women, and sometimes women who don't realize that they're amazing yet, and I get to help them improve their skincare, their self-care, sometimes their pockets when they join my units, and just do a lot of positive things. I love my Mary Kay life. It just has added so much value. And it has also helped me heal. Even though I was very accomplished before Mary Kay, I was doing business coaching for women. I had achieved a lot of things before Mary Kay. It wasn't until I got into Mary Kay that I realized that I still had a lot more work to do. It wasn't okay just to like cut people off and walk away from them. Sometimes you have to talk through things and be gentle and understand that people are meeting you at the level that they're at. And that was a part of my healing, is recognizing that none of us are perfect and none of us have to be. So I'm going to go to number 7 of 10. And that is uncuffing from people pleasing. People pleasing is like a sin. Don't do it. You have to say yes when you really want to say yes. And you have to say no when you need to say no. And no is a complete thought. And we say it, but then we still cringe when we say no. We're like, get all uncomfortable, and we wonder if we were too harsh in our delivery. We wonder if there's a way we could say yes so that everyone's happy. And that isn't of God. Erica Campbell, she's one of the gospel singers, and she said this too. She said, it is not of God for you to say yes to everything, especially if it hurts you and hurts the others. Say yes when you need to, but be okay with the no's too. That's enough. And if you have an emotion attached to that no, that's a part of your self-work you have to do. So let's revisit our principles. You have to honor your uniqueness. You have to serve your community, do the self-work, serve God. There's one Women Uncuffed principle left we're about to get to, but let's go back to our 8 of 10. I know we're going back and forth, but guys, if you've met me, you know there are dual paths all the time, right? So you have to identify who you are after the hustle. You don't want to grind every day. You don't want to rescue people who you think need to be rescued. Child, everybody does not need you to rescue them. All right. You are not the savior. We have one of those. It is not you. We didn't need you to show us. Everybody don't need your opinion. And you got to be careful that when you have a lot of life lessons, you tend to think that you do know a lot and you feel compelled to share. But the reality is that sometimes people are not in a position to receive, and you may not be the person that's supposed to help that person. So save yourself for your tribe, save yourself for your community of people. And number 9 of 10 tips today will be legacy over likes. Now, I started with the amount of views. I'm so excited about that, guys. But listen, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. I'm just starting to revamp this YouTube channel or these YouTube channels, and I'll tell you what the different ones are for in a minute. But it's okay. You want to begin to build your legacy more than being the most popular on social media, because I've not known social media views and likes to always transfer to a place where you can deposit it in your bank account or meaningful relationships. So be willing to walk away from that computer. Stop worrying about the likes, who didn't like, who is trolling, who cares, and focus on your legacy and really do what you're supposed to do. And the last is, if you are not able to be managed through someone else, if you're not living your best life, but always stretching yourself, you may not be fully uncuffed. That is the last principle of 5. Honor your uniqueness, serve your community, serve God, be your authentic self, do the self-work. And the last one is to stretch daily. For me, stretching daily is in academia. It is in serving my tribe. It is in perfecting my craft. So ladies, if you find value in what I'm speaking about, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. I would appreciate that, but only if you find value in it. If not, it's okay. I'm going to work until it is valuable for you, or hopefully you find the person who can add value. So I didn't want to stay too long, but before I leave, I want to tell you, there are 3 channels, all under Dr. Smith and Women Uncuffed. The first is specifically for these types of life and business strategies. The second incorporates my Mary Kay unit wisdom that we share. Sometimes you may see me on there with a consultant or an offspring unit, or just other women being interviewed and sharing women issues or women's things. And the third is an instructional, because I am a professor. I am a teacher at heart and have been since day one. And so what that means is you can go there and you can learn some technical skills. I've not tackled AI yet. I'm not quite sure like what that's going to look like for me, but I can tell you that PowerPoint that's a very, like, it teaches you how to use PowerPoint almost like a website. So make sure you visit those 3 channels. So I hope you've enjoyed this. And until we meet next time, make sure you are staying uncuffed.